Our idea was to build a business that helps companies run profitable and relevant loyalty programs. Running a loyalty program for big organizations in-house, it's a nightmare. And in most of the cases, it fails. So our idea was to build our own technology, to build the loyalty program for our clients and manage it end to end. So what we do is that the organizations, they outsource the loyalty program to Dsquares. We provide the technology, provide the commercial support, merchants onboarding, operations on ground, payment reconciliation, everything, to make sure that we're achieving the program KPIs, like acquiring new customers, increasing the spend of the customers, reducing churn, to make sure that we have a successful loyalty program. So this was the idea about it. And to always make sure that all parties are satisfied. So our client is satisfied, the merchant is satisfied, and of course, the end user is happy with the program. And we started this with a very small scale. And currently, we have more than 150 million end users using our different loyalty solutions across 7 countries. It was totally different. It was a very small startup. We were just 10 employees in a small office in Sheikh Zayed. We had to be involved in every single operation. And in order to scale, it had to become what it is now. Currently, we have a team of 200 people. Most of them are in Egypt in our headquarters, and we have small teams in 6 other offices in the region, Middle East, Africa, and in Europe. We're not that much involved in operations like before. We have now a very strong team across different departments, across the different countries. And when we started, it was just like a small company in Egypt. Now it became a regional company, and we're currently competing with the global players in the loyalty field. Look, like in 2012, it was very tough to have your startup and to scale it. It was very difficult to get access to fundraising. The situation I will never forget about is when we ran out of cash and we couldn't fund the company operations. So we went to investors that time, and no one was interested to invest in the company, and the process was very long. We went to the banks to take loans, and they refused to give these Dsquares loans. So we decided as shareholders to stop our salaries for almost a year. And we had to take personal loans from the banks in order to fund the operations and salaries and expenses of the company. So I think this was the turning point of the company. Look, I believe that Endeavor is a key factor of Dsquares ecosystem. And I think that Endeavor has the strongest business network worldwide. The impact is great since day one. The process is very tough. Endeavor's process, it's long. So we decided from day one, if we're part of Endeavor, we have to make the maximum out of it. The impact started whenever we expand into new offices in new countries, we always have Endeavor's back. Starting from getting the industry experts, advice, connections. So the impact is very clear when it comes to expansion in different countries. The impact is also great when it comes to business development. Whenever we need to have access to different clients, to different industries, we have the right access through Endeavor. With special focus, of course, on the GCC, and currently we're getting great support in Europe as well. We felt this a lot last year when we were introducing new products and services like data analytics and gamification. We got introduced to top industry calibers worldwide, and it helped a lot in building our data analytics and gamification strategy, making sure that we're on the right track. we learned from them that it's very important that you always give back. So whenever you have a successful business, whether you are an Endeavor entrepreneur or a mentor or investor or board member, it's very important to give back, because this is the power of Endeavor. One of the key success factors of Dsquares was that we focused on building a business that is profitable from day one. So it helped a lot in growing the company and surviving without depending on fundraising, without depending on investors. So this is an advice I give to everyone, that if you're building a business, make sure that you're building a business that is profitable, or at least it's easy to become profitable, so you can survive without support from fundraising and investors. One more thing is that what I've learned from Endeavor is that the key is about the team. So the team is everything. So try to create the right environment, the right healthy environment, so you can attract the right calibers. When you attract the right calibers, make sure that you develop your team and make sure that you retain your team as well. One more thing is that here at Dsquares, we all focus on having the position of being the global loyalty expert. So it's not just about being the loyalty leader in the region, but to become the number one player globally, and to be positioned to all our clients as the global loyalty experts.